Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Happy 2023.
2023. Yes. Beautiful time. I'm so happy. I was waiting for the new year. I was just waiting for the transition, the crossover. So
You feel the energy has shifted?
I don't feel exactly like the energy shifted, but I feel like I have a clean canvas to paint my picture to start, you know? I wiped off all the old stuff and now it just starts all over, and the energy is going to be what I put on this canvas.
Wow. Yeah, there's something exciting to this year. I think just coming out of the COVID times and everything, it just feels almost like I feel you on the clean slate thing because it kind of feels like we're leaving all of that behind to step into something, you know, fresh and new that we can create without the barriers and restrictions of those times.
I know. And is it me, or do you feel like, does it feel like this year is more promising? Do you feel like it feels like it's so many more opportunities?
Like hopeful.
Hopeful. Yeah, yes. That's the word. Hopeful.
That's the energy that I'm feeling.
Yeah, hopeful energy. Even though it's been dreary and rainy, it's still like, it just feels like good things are going to come in this year. You know, if we put, you know, set our intentions to it, I think that we'll get what we want. Like, this feels like a transitional year for people. So I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm hopeful. We're on day 6. Hard to believe, and we're on day 6.
I know.
But yeah, we're just going to keep the energy going.
Yes.
Hopeful. What are you trying to manifest in 23?
You know what? I want to manifest just being a great person. You know, people say that, it sounds so corny, but I just want to be a great person. Like, I just want to be way better than I was last year. You know, yesterday, I hope that I'm better today than I was yesterday. But I'm just looking for forward growth and just like, you know, just being liberated and free and just like enjoying life and learning how to live in the moments. Like, I'm just manifesting, you know, just this peace and joy and happiness, good health, more awareness, you know, a better world. Like, I have some big dreams, some big hopes over here.
Yeah, I mean, that just feels like lifetime stuff for real.
Seriously.
Always doing the work. We're always trying to be better, right? You know, but I think about maybe 10 years ago when the better was at a different level. You know what I mean? So every year we're like we're striving to be better than the person we were last year. And the competition is truly with ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. And better looks different now than it did before.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, better before it was like a better car, better boyfriend, better style, you know, better hair.
Better on the outside.
All outside. Better. Absolutely. Yep. It was all outside, external things. But yeah, now better is like internal for me. Like, it's I don't know.
Yeah, because we want to feel better. It's like, I want to feel like the best version of myself.
Yeah. This year, you know, for me is like a really different year, right? So it's the perfect time for me to manifest. Like, my youngest daughter is gone. So I'm finally like kid free. You know, this is a place I've never been. This is like unfamiliar. Like, I think the last time that I was without children, I was probably 17 years old. You know, at 17, 18 years old. So, you know, this is the first time that I didn't have like little dependents, you know, or somebody needing me in that kind of way. So this is like the perfect year for me to just manifest something different as I'm learning my new self. So yeah, I'm excited.
It's a new time in life.
New time, yes.
And how about manifesting love?
Manifesting love.
That's what we're talking about today, guys. Manifesting love in the new year. Right? Because so many folks are, you know, looking for something else or wanting more than the things that we just said, right? Wanting to bring love into the new year with them, maybe meeting that significant other. And love doesn't always have to be that, right? Looking for a relationship, a romantic relationship. We could be wanting to manifest more love in our relationships with our family, with our kids.
Yeah, love is whatever brings you peace, brings you happiness, whatever warms your heart. Love is a feeling on the inside, right? So it could be that man, it could be that cat, it could be your children, it could be yourself, but manifesting love is definitely it's in the air coming, especially when we touched on cuffing season, so this is the time where lovers love. So
and shout out to the folks who supported and checked out our article and went on the podcast and viewed our podcast on cuffing season. If you haven't, I strongly suggest you check that out. Yeah, we got a lot of traction from that.
Yeah, we're super excited. We're glad that we can bring you some content that you can actually enjoy. We hope that you feel a part of the conversation. And
stuff that you can actually apply in your real everyday life, because remember those days growing up as in 20s and 30s and looking for someone to kind of help guide you along the way, you know what I mean? And it felt like we were just out there for ourselves, just trying to help each other and navigate through different life situations. So that is part of our purpose of being here, to bestow some wisdom and share some of our experiences with you guys that can help maybe help you and help you help somebody else.
So while we're talking about like manifesting new love in the new year or whatever, have you ever heard the Sierra's poem? Have you ever heard about this poem that circulates on like Instagram or whatever? I mean, it was Sierra's prayer, not a poem, but it's Sierra's prayer. It was Sierra, the singer, and then Russell, what's his name?
Russell Wilson.
And everybody look at all the things that she went through with Future and how bad he treated her, and then all of a sudden she gets like the complete opposite. This guy is like a freaking a knight, like chivalry is definitely not dead with him. And she was very clear. She said the reason why I got what I got and I got what I deserve is because I manifested this. I prayed for this, and I was very specific, and that's the one thing that we got to learn to do in our manifestations. And it might, even down to the smallest detail, it might seem so dumb. Like, I want to have good curly hair. I want to be dark skinned. I want to be 6'3". Like she said, she was very specific in the things that she was looking for, as far as like a person who would care for her spiritually, mentally, emotionally, somebody that would just like help her grow. She wanted him to be, look this way and talk this way and deal with her son from, her previous relationship this way. And I mean, I don't know. I can't say that it was like a fast thing. I don't think she wrote it down on paper and boom, hey, here's Russell Wilson. But she definitely speaks so highly about just manifesting the things that you want and just kind of keeping that in mind and affirming them, daily. So manifestation definitely works. I mean, for love, because I mean, this girl happy, man. Her.
And what I love about it is the longevity. It's not like, she manifested it and then boom, it was gone. Nah, it's like they're still working it. And I would believe that it hasn't been a walk in the park, right? But she has someone who is willing to do the work,
and maybe she manifested someone who can communicate.
Right.
Maybe she manifested someone with emotional maturity.
Yeah.
So when it's not a walk in the park, it doesn't feel like you're about to die either, because you have somebody there who's working towards the same common goal as you, right? Because this is what I asked for. I want somebody who wants this just as much as me.
Exactly. Who's willing to put in the work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that prayer. And it's been going around on Instagram. People have been plugging it in. I didn't realize it was Sierra's prayer until, I don't know, it took some time. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, she gives me a lot of hope, man. I was like, one night I remember pulling out my notebook. I had like 40 things. I was like, wow, this is a tough list. And at first I even considered like chopping my list down, making some tweaks, like I'm not deserving of all the things that I want. The things that make me feel loved, the things that make me feel secure, the things that make me feel safe and protected. Mm-hmm. Like I have to adjust my list because I'm not going to find anyone who wants to give all this. And I said, hold on. Manifestation is hope for things that haven't happened yet. It's speaking this into fruition, transferring our words into energy to attract the things that we want and desire in our heart. So why should I have to cut this list short?
Right.
So all I have to say that, dream big. Don't be discouraged. Don't feel like, it has to be this way because this is what I'm accustomed to. No, it's going to be whatever way that you write it. It's your story and you can create your own chapters. And if you don't like the chapter that you're at, you can always erase it and rewrite it, and that was a lesson that I learned when I was trying to do my little manifestation for my love bug. We're going to wear matching t-shirts.
And that's so true. And that's words to live by. Talking to someone who, every year has to revamp the list. And I remember, in my first 3 years of being single or divorced and feeling discouraged and having friends say to me, well, what exactly does your list look like? Because I was like, they were like, why are you single? I'm like, oh, because I'm looking for a certain type of person. I'm waiting for a certain type of person. Oh, really? And what does that entail? I said, well, I have made a list. And the first thing they were like, a list? Oh, Lord. Okay, well, what's on your list? Mind you, these were guy friends, right? And I'm like, well, he has to be tall. He cannot be. And they were just like, oh.
First thing, there's a height requirement.
Oh, because I'm coming from short, so.
And I changed my mind.
And this dude has to be tall. And I'm like, my height and above.
Right.
There's no, there's no ceiling on the height. Anyway, and then they were like, okay, what else? And I was like, he has to speak at least 2 to 3 different languages. And they were like, every time I said something, they were like, and they said, okay, what else? And I said, he should have a master's or a bachelor's degree. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, and he should drive a certain type of car. He needs to make this amount of money. He needs that. And everything was external.
Right.
And at the end of my, sharing, and they would say, oh, well, how many of these things do you possess? Like, can you speak 3 languages? I'm like, no, not fluently. I know some words from probably 5 different languages. I can say hello and, salute you and everything. And we're like, oh, okay. How about the masters and the bachelors? Nah. Okay. And how about the 6 figures? Nah, not yet. Okay. So you're looking for someone that has those things that you do not possess or have in yourself, these qualities you don't have in yourself yet. And I was like, yeah, but so what? And from taking that, I felt a little offended, like, so? But I did my research on that, and some of the books that I was started to read were talking about, attracting someone or attracting energy that you actually embody in yourself, right? So like attracts like, and I was like, oh, so maybe that's why this certain person I have not manifested that certain person at that time, so that's just something to look at too when we're trying to manifest and bring things in. I always say dream big, right? Like you said, whatever your wildest dreams are, write it down. Okay, even if you don't possess those things, somehow universe is going to line you up to receive that for yourself, right? Next thing you know, you might just fall into a class or a workshop that is in alignment with that particular thing that you're looking for in someone else. So, you know, I don't want that to be a discouragement.
You actually had me over here like I feel like I'm at the red table like Willow and Jada, like right. Here's the thing. Yeah, I think that's such a great point, because I remember, I think I was having this conversation with you at one point when we were talking about trying to attract people that are not swimming in our same pool. It's like we want to jump out the little kiddie pool and jump into the big the ocean, you know, and we haven't yet learned to swim properly in the ocean ourselves, right? But, and I like how, because I just want to clarify, I like how you said, you know, you still dream big, right? Because the big dreams will still manifest. It'll put you in position to be the person that you're looking to attract. So
exactly.
You know, so when we do make these lists of all these high expectations, right, we should be able to hold ourselves to that same standard. Just like we don't want to be shorted, right? We shouldn't go short people either. You know, like, yeah, I know that you're super smart, and you know, and I'm not doing anything with myself or laying on the couch, but I want a man who's out here, you know, with conglomerates of buildings and money, and I'm just sitting here watching soap operas, you know, stuff like
that. And I wonder if the difference was that that was the feedback I got from my male friends. Now, you know, speaking with other females or whatever, they're like, yeah, damn right. Mm-hmm. Me too, honey. That, yup. And he should, and he needs to pay for everything. And, oh, he got to take care of my bills, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, I appreciate the fact that I have a circle of friends, you know, that can give unbiased criticism, in a sense, right, and advice, and actually open up this puny little brain right here so I can, you know, look at really what could have been standing in the way at that time. And it was me, and it was the way I was thinking.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, you definitely got to have some females, and you got to have some men in your corner, because what we do know is that women and men they think totally different. You know, so getting those two perspectives, I've finally learned that men and women don't seldomly speak the same language. You know, so it's always got to be like a translation in there,
right?
So definitely, you definitely need both.
I'm not saying that, you know, it's always right. We're always right, or they are always right, but it definitely does open up your perspective, so you can get look through a different lens, as opposed to just your lens or your best friend lens, or, you know.
Yeah, and you gotta you know, consider the source too. You know, is it Tasha, who hasn't had a man in 35 years? Yeah, girl. Yeah, you know, you always got that one in your ear. Mm-hmm. You know. Or is it this lady over here who's been married for 50 years?
Yeah, or is it, you know, Libby, who's been single for all her life, but not wanting a relationship either. So having all these different diverse people in your circle helps to create come to an informed decision for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Single by choice. I love it. Single by choice. Because some of us are single by choice, believe it or not. Some of us are holding out for the things.
Remember your grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just perfectly happy.
Happy.
Content.
Beautiful and successful and all the things. Yeah. You know, and when it was time to have fun or go out and have drinks or whatever, you do that and you come back in and you back to doing you. And I hear, you know, a lot of older women talk about, it's less stress. It's just like, you want to be happy?
You know what? Because loving other people and expecting other people to love you back is a lot of responsibility. It is really a lot of responsibility. Like that touches every lesson in life that we ever had to learn. Sharing, accountability, responsibility, commitment, loyalty, and dedication. You know, it's so much. I think sometimes people just think that is, you just fall in love and it should work, but it doesn't necessarily work like that. Like what type of things do you suggest that people do, like outside of just like Sierra's prayer or just writing a list? Like what type of other ways do you think people can manifest the things that they want, whether it's a man or, just a new career or a new lifestyle? Like what would you suggest?
I have done many manifestation techniques. One year I actually drew, I'm big on the tarot, and I actually took the card, which is the Ace of Cups, which is the card that symbolizes like new love, new big love, new relationship, things like that. And I'm not a drawer. I cannot draw to save my life. That's not in my wheelhouse. But so I'm gonna manifest this love. I'm gonna manifest this person that I'm looking for. And I took this big sheet of paper, the same board, and I taped the card of the Ace of Cups in the corner, and I took a pencil and I sketched it out with my
You sketched out your man?
I sketched out the card
over there like Bob Ross.
The picture of the cup.
Okay, the cup. I thought you was drawing the man. I said, girl, you good. He come walking up the paper.
I cannot draw to save my life. So I sketched the cup out, the actual card, right? And with my intentions, visualizing this person, what they will look like, what they will feel like, how I'm going to feel when I'm with them, as I'm drawing it. Finished it, and I put it in my bedroom, taped it on the wall. Every morning I woke up, I looked at that picture, felt all the feelings, felt the love, felt what I wanted. In the evening, before I go to bed, same thing. Looked at it, let myself feel all of that emotion washing over me. And that was in January. It was my mom passed in, what was that? March. The week before my mom passed, this person appeared. It's out of nowhere. And, I didn't know that it was them until a couple days after meeting. And I just had this feeling like, oh my goodness, who is this? Where'd they come from? And having to go back to, oh my God, I manifested this. I also manifested a brand new car. I did the same thing. Went to the car dealership. I said, you know what? I want that Audi. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get me an Audi. Went to the car dealer, walked around, looked. Of course, the person comes up, tries to talk to you. And I was like, yeah, I'm interested in these cars. And he gave me one of the books. I'm going to plug my computer up because it's dying. And gave me, one of the books. And I went home and I cut out the picture of the car, put it on my vision board, and looked at it every day. And that took about 6 months though. 6 months later, I had the car.
That's so funny because I feel like that's what I did with my Audi too. But I didn't know that I was doing it. But I just kept looking at it online. Like I kept seeing the ads, and then the commercials kept coming on, and I kept saying, "I'm gonna give me an Audi. I'm gonna give me an Audi." And then every time I would talk to somebody, no reason, nobody asked, "I'm getting me an Audi." And they were like, "What? You gonna get an Audi? Why you gonna get an Audi? What's wrong with your car? Nothing. Well, why you want an Audi? I don't know, but I'm gonna get one." And then that January, I got it. It's been a year today. So I see.
That's the secret. And I came across the secret in 2007 or 5, the actual movie and the book and all of that, and just started to work with these are the laws of attraction. Simple. I mean, it's not magic, it's not hoodoo, voodoo, or whatever. It is just scientific. It's alchemy. We're pulling things in. What energy you put out, you're going to bring back in. What is that? Where thought goes, energy flows. So that's why you will continue to see what you've been thinking about. It keeps showing up. Right? And that's what you can do if you're trying to manifest love, a car,
Well, honey, where this man at? Where he at then?
Yeah, he came around and then what Jazz say? It was good. I mean, it was everything that I had asked for, as far as like, the figures, the dollar amount. He showed up 6 figures. He showed up with this. He showed up with, and I was like,
wow. Did he speak the 3 languages?
Yes.
Wow. Now that's crazy. 3 languages.
The degree, the this, the that. So, I mean, I know it's possible. I know what, we are capable of as human beings, because once you have this that is working, right? I mean, once you're in a sound mind, you can manifest what you need through the power of intention.
That's so deep, man. That's so deep. Like, if none of our viewers leave with anything else, man, I just want them to know that you have the power to change your situation. If you believe that you can, and it sounds so dumb. If you believe you can achieve, believe and you will achieve. I mean, I know it sounds so cliche. And I remember hearing that back in the day and just thinking, like, I hate this. This is so dumb. It sounds like a bad rap. But now it's just like, it is, I know that it's true, man. So just go ahead and think about what you want, and turn your energy into action. Just have active thoughts. Yeah.
New year, new you, right? But it starts here. Change your mind, change your life.
Hey, and that's what
change your life.
That's what we're here for. I'm here for it. I love it here. I love it here.
I love it here. I like that. The time when I was like, I hate it here.
I know. I was like, is this life? This can't be life. Like, did I rush to grow up for this? Like, yeah, man. And that's the thing with positive thinking. You help me a lot with that too, because sometimes we getting aware of our own progress. It's just kind of like, situational. One thing that you told me that sticks with me for the rest of my life is that you told me that I had an outdated way of thinking. Like the thinking that I had before, it was a time where, my upbringing, and I stayed in survival mode, right? And so I became conditioned to be a survivor all the time. So every situation was a survival situation. And I remember you saying, but that way of thinking is outdated, right? Because there's no more threats. I don't have any more threats. So now I got to come out of that thinking. And I think, it wasn't an overnight process, but it made me more conscious and more aware, and so even when I have negative thoughts, I always try to intervene, because we're human, right? Sometimes we're going to have these negative thoughts, but I'll like intervene it. Like, so as soon as I think something crazy, that I feel like it's starting to give me anxiety, like, oh God, what if this happens? And then over here, I always come back and say, what if it doesn't? And then I just try to always keep like 2 people, like literally the angel and the devil on my shoulder. And so every time I let the devil speak, I never let the devil have the last word without bringing my angel back out to combat the last thing that he said, so that the last thing that I remember is what the angel told me. Yeah, so it's working.
It's a practice though. And it's not something that, it's a one and done kind of thing. No, it's like, and I need to do it again. And here it comes again. And yes, I can do it again. And now this becomes habitual. Now it's a habit. I think like that all the time. I think that like that all the time. However, there are practices and things that I need to do to continue to think like that all the time. Like I need to be drinking water. I need to be feeding my body right. I need to rest and sleep good at night, or I'm going to be on the edge and prone to those old habits. So,
and like you said, remember you used to say, get fresh air, sunshine, usually can change your mood, change your thoughts, make it. And you know, I realize that because every single time the summer is coming in and I get my car that first nice day when the sun's shining bright and I'm riding down the street, Will Smith Summertime come on, you know, and I'd be like, I feel like I could take on the whole world. Like, yeah, you know, I'm ready. I'm about to, you know, I get so motivated, you know, and it's just like sometimes just pulling from the earth's elements. So when you don't have it for yourself and you go out here and you get some of these, this natural wind, sun, and air.
The medicine.
Yeah.
That's what it is. This is the medicine. Go outside and get your medicine, right? I'm not shunning, you know, people who take medications for whatever reasons, right? Because that all has a place. It all has a time. It all has a place. But the natural medicine is really going to have I would say the fastest impact, right? It's like immediate, you know, it changes the mood. It changes your way of thinking. Get some fresh air. Breathe 5 times deeply. Look up at the sun. Let the sun shine on your face. And it seems so like, corny. But that shit works. That's all I can say. Put that in your back pocket. Or put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Put it in your pipe and smoke it.
Yo, we're going to wrap this thing up. We love y'all. Keep supporting us. It's your girl, Amina.
And your girl, Shah The Goddess.
Hey. We'll be back next time to talk about another topic. Check out the article we wrote on this, Manifesting Love in the New Year, Muzilogwoman.com.
Yep, and on there we actually leave a few tips for you to help you manifest, instructions on your vision board, things like that. So just go ahead, check us out, read the article, let us know what you think, and we will be back.
Comments on Instagram, Facebook. You can find us on all of the social media outlets. So let us know what you think about this topic and how you plan to manifest love in your new year. We out?
You wait.
Hey, all right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.